Hi, I'm Sally Beauty Twin. Today, I'm going to answer your questions.
Now, that's my first question. Would you please state your name or artist moniker for the camera?
A lot of people are asking me, and it's not hard to understand why, what is my name or artist moniker? I'm going to search this online and see what people are... Sally Beauty Twin.
Sally Beauty Twin.
Yeah.
And
what's your name?
what's that picture's name?
Should I say is the picture saying its name?
I don't know. I'm asking. Yeah, you know the picture more than me, so.
My name is Castle Tassel. That's what I was saying. Kind of yeah. Okay.
Castle
Tassel.
Castle Tassel.
Yeah, a lot of people think of anarchist schools like Antioch, with the administration as a hassle castle. This is showing you the real administration of aesthetics is more into the tassel and less into the hassle. And what I mean by that is we all have apertures, through which we take the world in. And some of us like to make more of those. Put a hole in their ear and put an earring in it. And so what we're asking here is this not your ideal boyfriend, tongues all around?
Do you have... is there any particular reason or story behind your artist moniker?
I had an artist moniker before. Sally Beauty Twin is my name. For a while I had one which was strangely based on having gotten in a bike wreck and taking 120 milligrams of pain medication. And that
what was that one?
That was Juan Twin, because that Juan Twin 120 was it sounded like.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty underknown, and so that was a point of departure, for when I changed my name. The twin thing is important to me. There's a lot of other sound-alikes for 120, but twin is because my grandmother had a twin. The most important people to me in my life were my grandmothers. I get kind of emotional about them. I think you might be able to relate. And one of them was a turtle painter in the desert. My grandfather found her. She and her twin were painting turtles. She wasn't afraid to go frequent shark-filled waters and would encourage us to swim at night. So that's the twin to me is about bravery. And what do you think about that, Star Child?
Well, this one, we were asking the same question, I think. What is the reason behind your artist name or artist moniker? Is there a story behind it?
Well,
what is it for this one?
I'll tell you that I was named by Zenith Wiles, who feels like they came to Earth from extraterrestrial origin and doesn't feel like the world makes a lot of sense to them. Yet, ironically, here's an ecosystem with a starling, a daisy, and a caterpillar, all in one being held in the shadows of the night. All of these stars are where the artist feels like they came from, galactic starfield. They don't feel like things quite make sense on this planet, and they wonder if everybody else is playing along, pretending that they do. The heater's not in this view, right? It's just kind of giving a glow.
No. I mean, I don't know if it's glowing or not, but
okay.
I definitely don't see a heater.
Okay.
Okay, so next question is where were you born and where did you grow up?
I I was when I was born, the placenta was put under the tree in the yard in New Orleans where I was delivered at home. So my mom is a really strong person who was really good at mind over. She'd always say mind over matter, which if you think about it. Is mom, right? Just like Jason is January, July, August, September, etc. She unwittingly uttered that acrostic. What was the second part of the question?
Where were you born and where did you grow up?
Right, I grew up between in a hyper-liberal culture in Portland, Oregon briefly, and then returned to Louisiana, and that resulted in my being an activist and a radical from a young age. Because I came from this, returned to this conservative culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
fought it.
This is the third part of this question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you encounter art in a similar or different way than those around you? And do you think both the place of your birth or the place you grew up affects how you encounter art, either similarly or differently?
There's a generous side to painting your house 8 colors. You're doing that for yourself when you come home, but in New Orleans, the mailbox might have a 9th color, so that's art as a generous gesture, and certainly around it, this is a religious culture in Louisiana through art from Benin and Togo and Haiti and France and the U.S., all putting things on the wall that are to be held reverentially, religiously. So sometimes I'll go to the museum and see somebody getting angry at art, and I think it's because they don't think it should be held reverentially by being put on the wall. So I actually view it in a sort of detached way, thinking that everybody could interpret art differently. There could be an infinite number of, the number of people minus one, the painter, or even that number of people. There could be as many ways to interpret art as there are people. So that's detached. I've gotten more into an emotional reaction to art recently, so I'm sort of returning to the way I think a lot of people react to art where I grew up, which is to think about whether it's healing or not, or inspiring or not.
So you're focused on an emotional reaction that you're having to art, and what you're focused on within the emotions is healing and inspiring.
If it's there.
And that's what you're looking for in the art.
Yeah.
And so let's say you see something else in the art that is eliciting an emotional response, let's say anger. What does that make you think of the artwork?
If it's... that I'm glad you asked, because that question sort of recontextualizes things a little bit. If the artist thinks that anger is the thing they want to elicit about the subject matter or what they're making, then I think they succeeded, and I like that. I think that the artist should think about the effect they're having on people and whether that's the effect they think is beneficial for the world. So that's sort of a theological, administrative point of view.
Right. So then, would you like to say for the record that you think that artists should be making things that are beneficial
art
for society?
Fast. Every idea we have, so many ways we've invented things and made things, developed things, and ideas we have come from things we read in fantasy or sci-fi or in a film. So, yeah, I think art is responsible. Because it is so powerful.
Right.
Because it's not thought of as powerful. Maybe that's how it gets away with being powerful. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So sorry, and one more clarification question among that, or within that something. You're going back to what you see as the way most people encounter art, which is to have an emotional reaction to what you're perceiving or whatever.
Yes.
And so before you went back to this, what was your...
Well, that's when I thought there's 80 million people, thus 80 million legitimate interpretations, thus I'll stay completely analytic and try to figure out as many of those interpretations as I can when I look at the art and enjoy that. And that's when I would see somebody be angry and think it was just the funniest thing in the world in reaction to art. So it's like, you're really putting a lot of yourself into one way to look at this when there's many. And well, now I suppose I like if there's some intentionality and it shows. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's ask the art.
Let's ask the art. Yeah. Which one are we going to ask first?
Well, they all have different opinions.
Okay, let's ask those ones over there.
Yeah. Yeah, they might have forgotten what the question was.
So, we are asking these. I guess we'll ask these. I mean, the original question is, where were you born and where do you grow up? We can ask that, or we can ask kind of.
Well, they're all, I can answer for them that they were born in Westchester County.
Right, okay, so
Not long ago, pretty recently, so they're fresh perspectives.
That's good. And then I guess the more interesting thing would be to ask each one what its intention is and what it's kind of giving emotionally if we're looking at it in an emotional way.
This one is the cute grandchild of Duchamp's urinal. So it's pushing. It's piss yellow. It's sweet as a canary at the same time. And like many things, it's not too sweet to eat. You could try it. It's gorgeous paper mache. Beautiful work by Zenith Wiles. So this is insouciance, is that emotion it's giving out. This one is for soliciting generosity for its own sake. It's a mini offering shrine. I don't know how many times you've referred to a urinal as a fountain, but these are all fonts. Like this one is more has a leg to stand on, has a serif.
Yeah,
so this is
that almost looks like an empty. What do they call the Christmas scenes, nativity scenes?
Yeah,
it's like an
crest, empty cantaloupe colored crest.
Yeah,
I love what this one is too sweet to eat, but this one is just deliciously cantaloupe-y.
Yeah.
In this, it contains its absence and itself, and that just might be like all of us in a way. We might be, we might have all we need.